Hey foodies, you know how when you do this and pull the leaves off your lettuce to get this, don't tell me you're throwing this away. Those of you that have got chickens are probably giving it to your chickens, but I am going to give you a fabulous recipe to turn this into a whole pile of deliciousness. I'm Chef Dominique Rizzo and this is my pandemic pantry. I am really passionate about saving money and reducing food waste. For me personally, and also to help you guys at home. So when I came up with this recipe for using all of the old leaves that come off the lettuce that we would normally throw away, I was absolutely delighted. Firstly, because I get to throw in all my herbs that are looking a little bit sad as well. And because I love pesto and there are so many things that you can do with it. So this is how you throw together this little mix of deliciousness. Basically all the lettuce leaves that I've taken off the outside, if they're really bad, you can see this one might have a bit more bruising on, just pull off those little brown bits. And basically you're just going to tear all of this up and throw it into the food processor. Before you do that, and when you are making pesto, if you're using Parmesan cheese that is from whole Parmesan and you've chopped it up yourself, put that in first, along with your garlic. And that will help to mince up the Parmesan so that you're not completely bruising all of your leaves or basil or parsley or whatever you're using for pesto. So I'm just going to turn this on and grate that Parmesan down. Okay. So basically that's what I like with my Parmesan. I do like a little bit of chunk in my pesto. But it's up to you if you're using grated Parmesan or even like the really fine Parmesan, that's fine, just throw that in. Now everything can kind of pretty much go in together. So the leaves that you've just taken off your lettuce, and you can use iceberg, I've got cos here, I've got some of the coral mixed lettuce, if you've got mixed leaves, rocket, bits of basil, parsley, oregano, mint, even coriander. If you've got a few leaves or some stalks of coriander that are kind of left over, break those up and throw those in as well. I have also got, somewhere there's a little bit of zucchini, so that's going in too. So whatever you have that's kind of green and you're giving it a bit of a rinse, if it has really bad kind of bruised bits on it, take those off. Pop all that in together. Next thing that's going in is some capers. I always have beautiful capers on hand. These capers in particular are from the island of Salina in Sicily. And whenever I go over to Sicily on my food tours, yes, they've been postponed for this year, but I have all great hope that we're going to be traveling again. I always go to Salina and Sicily and bring back capers. These are enormous and they are so delicious. They're salted, they last for years and years, and I just keep mine in the pantry. So I love to throw a few of those in. If you're not a fan, leave them out. Sun-dried tomatoes, just for another little bit of kick of flavor. Again, if you don't have them, that's fine. You can throw in some roasted capsicum, you can put in some artichokes, olives, pitted olives, whatever you like. And of course, some toasted pine nuts. Just a little sprinkle. Spot of lemon juice I find helps to kind of stop the leaves from going black. Now, because my capers are quite salted, I'm not going to add any salt in at the moment, and I'll test it before I go and add extra salt. And of course, some virgin olive oil. Just a bit of garlic in there, good squeeze. We're going to throw in a little bit more on top. So now it's a matter of blending all of this up into a lovely paste. Delicious. So I'm just going to have a little taste just to see how we're going for the seasoning. Fantastic. Needs nothing else. So what I like to do as well is, I'm a snacky person, so I love eating kind of snacky things instead of sitting down to big main meals. So I love having kind of, seeded crackers with pesto, or making platters, or nibbling on little things. So I like to pop some in a jar. This is how I store it in the fridge. pop it in a jar, and then top it with olive oil. So make sure that you've got no little holes in there. Clean that up. Drizzle a good amount of olive oil. Little lid on top. That one's for the fridge. And this one is for my freezer, so that I've always got some on hand. And this is perfect for tossing through, you know, fresh pasta, your zucchini noodles, raw pumpkin noodles. If you're vegan, you can use vegan parmesan cheese, forgot to mention that. You know, this is great throwing through salads. You can have it in between lasagnas. You can spread this under the skin of a chicken. You can stuff a chicken with this. You can turn this into a dip with cream cheese. You can blend it with ricotta. Look, the world's your oyster on what you can do with this delicious pesto. I just know that I love making it because it's using up something that normally would probably go in the bin. Enjoy.